My name is Carlos Arévalo. I play guitar in Chicano Batman. And the riff I just showed you is the intro riff to a song called My Iron Lung by Radiohead. And it's off their 1995 album, The Bends. When I was first learning to play guitar, I started playing guitar when I was 15. Radiohead had just put out the record OK Computer. And it was just such a unique style of guitar-based music hearing that group. And that led me to go check out their back catalog, which at the time only was 2 other records. So there's The Bends, which was the album that preceded OK Computer, and then Pablo Honey. Pablo Honey I wasn't that big of a fan of. I love Creep, you know, like everybody. But The Bends is just, I think that might be peak Radiohead, like guitar-based songwriting. And it's just so creative. The way Johnny Greenwood, I believe Johnny Greenwood plays that intro. It's just such unique voicings and chord melodies, and it's just weird. You know, it's very weird but beautiful and so musical. And it's just unlike anything I had really listened to, listening to guitar-based music. Now, you know, 1998, Korn was the biggest band. Deftones. Those are groups I loved, you know. I love guitar riffs, and Chili Peppers were huge, Californication. But Radiohead, they just were different types of guitar. It was like more like, it's like their guitars went to college, you know, the best way I can say it. And I don't know, you know, that band might not be for everybody, but for me, it was just, I was immediately drawn to how unique the approach was to the songwriting and the guitar playing. It just wasn't obvious. It wasn't based around pentatonic shapes, you know, which I rely on heavily, and so does every guitar player. It was just based around, like, it was almost like some Baroque thing happening, you know, some kind of classical, but it was still hip. And yeah, they're such an inspiration to me. Like I've said before, I love musicians and bands where the guitar is kind of like intertwining with the rest of the song. It's not like, if you strip away everything and you play just the guitar, sometimes it can't stand on its own because it's dependent on the rest of what the instrumentation that's happening in the band. And I think that's the case for Radiohead. You know, they're playing, it's like a 5-headed monster. And this, you know, Ed O'Brien's guitar is having a conversation with Johnny Greenwood's guitar, which is having a conversation with Tom's guitar, and the bassist Colin, and the drummer Phil. I mean, it's genius songwriting, and I just like to play that song when I warm up at soundcheck, and it's just a cool sounding musical motif.